evening. Just finished up with supper, helped Thelma do the dishes. She washes, I wipe. Sometimes. Sometimes I do them all. Sometimes she does them all, usually. Our little secret. Anyway, so today we didn't go for our walk around the block. We could have. It was a beautiful day. Temperature was like 55 today. Beautiful sun all day long. What we did, we had a project though we had to do this morning. Well, we did it, well, right around noontime actually. We have 4 apple trees up in Hebron, 7 miles away on our son's property, that we planted 9 years ago. 9 years ago. End of April, 9 years ago. And they needed pruning. Well, we didn't prune them as much as we have in the past couple of years. We're going to let them grow a little bit. We pruned, the deer have been pruning them a little bit. We could see where they've been nibbling the branch ends off, which is fine because we just cut them a little further down anyway. But last year they got the deer got all the apples before they could grow, which there aren't many. We're talking maybe a dozen at this point. Excuse me. But to help prevent that from happening again, we bought a dozen bars of Irish Spring soap. We already had a couple of small bars, but we bought a dozen bath-size bars. And I drilled them out this morning and I put string on them, so we took them up and hung them. We put 3 or 4 on each tree. And I think the smell of the Irish, and that stuff lasts for years. It'll hang there for years probably. I don't know as it loses its effectiveness after a while, but it smells strong of mint. And that, I don't know whether it actually repels the deer or if it just masks the smell of the apples. Whatever, it should keep them from eating the trees and eating the apples this year. So we'll see how it goes. We may prune them back more next year than this year. And I've got to go up, we'll have to go up and spray them with the dormant tree spray probably in the next week or two, by the end of the month maybe. So that's going on. And so we didn't take a walk today, but yesterday when we were out on our walk, I forgot to mention, we saw our first robin. That's a sure sign of spring when the robins come back. Thelma's noticed vultures are back in the neighborhood. We never used to have vultures around here until we went to Florida the spring of 1986 on our first concert tour down there, and saw lots of vultures down there and along the way, whatever. When we came back, there's vultures in Maine. I never knew we had vultures in Maine. Never saw one before until 1986, that summer. Well, anyway, they're back. We have a flock of like 15 or 20 of them that, whoo, soar around the sky above our house, waiting for us to die, I guess. Or waiting for us to have a big family feast like at Easter coming up, where we throw the carcass of whatever it is we eat out there, let them pick at it. Usually the crows get it. The crows love us. We give all our excess meat products and bread products, anything we're going to throw away, we just throw it out in the backyard and the crows come get it. They love us. So that was that. Seemed like there was some other, I knocked the snow off from our, we heard a noise the other day. It sounded like snow coming off the roof, and we still have not determined what made that noise. Well, it must have been somebody, some trucker with engine brakes, you know, like whop, 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 whop. That sounded like snow coming off the roof, because nothing, I checked our little shed on the back of the house here that's attached where the snowblower is, and I thought, well, maybe the wheelbarrow fell over, that's in there, maybe there's some signs that go in the garden, maybe they fell over. Nothing fell over. In fact, I couldn't get the door all the way open. I hope I don't need the snowblower again, because there's a big pile of ice, so I can't, it's a double door, and I can only get one open, and it's not big enough to get the snowblower out. And the other one only opens part way. So I put a bunch of salt on the ice there, pulled all the snow and ice off from that little lean-to roof out there. And so that's the last place, sun never hits out there. That's the north side of the house. The sun, even when the sun's coming up, you know, way out here early in the morning, going down over there late at night, the sun never hits that part of the house. So that's the last place that snow and ice disappears from. And there's a pile of probably 6-inch thick mound of ice that dripped off the roof above. So I put some salt on that. Hopefully it'll break up. Get rid of that. We did re-record today. I did some, after we recorded all it, we'll talk about it later. Have a good evening.